welcome to Universes Academy Nationals Deck Profile Series video. Yeah, we're still in flux with the name, but I'm Chris Smith. I'm here to walk you through a few decks that are on my gauntlet or that I expect to see. Again, these are probably like version 2s, 3s maybe, maybe not completely finished products, but we're going to look at trying to get people educated. So for no further ado, let's jump right into Rappa. Kendo Rappa 628, Evil Fire Order. We are off the fire symbol. This character is making a giant splash since set 5 hit. If he sees attacks, he's going to play them all. Basically, his entire linchpin is being able to play bullet punches 2 to 3 to a kabillion times, getting massive stat bumps on the bullet punches. But what makes him super good is that he's able to get +2 to his checks to either play or block with an attack. So he can basically play out his entire hand if they're all attacks, if his board's all sideways. So let's go ahead and hop into the attacks. We're playing 16 attacks. We got 4 bullet punches, 4 blue flame palm strike, 4 rapid punches, 4 hardened barrage. Let's start with Bert Ernie here. So Bert is no stranger to the scene. Ever since Plus Ultra Pack Set 3 came out, rapid punches and its cousin hardened barrage basically go in tandem. You got a high and low. They both buff their stats. Speed on rapid, damage on harden. Also, it gives you some nice card draw if rapid punches hit. Being a 5-low 4 that you can play multiple times with Rappa is really, really good. It brings back that card you discard for his response to replay a non-throw punch. Also, with Hardened Barrage, you get some really neat plays that after it deals damage, you get to unflip a foundation. And we play a bunch of flips because basically we're digging for the linchpin of the deck, which is bullet punches. Before we get to that, we'll talk about one of my favorite cards out of set 3, Blue Flame Palm Strike. It gets you snap momentum. A lot of people don't want to block this because it's a 3 damage attack that's you may have to dump some resources into just to block it. And if you need to, it has powerful 3 on it. So 5 mid for 6 isn't terrible, especially since if you hit with it, you can replay it with Rappa and re-get your momentum. So leading into the last attack, bullet punches. This is how he primarily kills people. I've seen games where he can kill people without it, but he really, really struggles to kill people. It just exponentially gets huge. +1, +1, +2, +2, +3, +3, +4, +4. As many copies as you can play. If you have at least 2 in hand and a way to get some momentum outside of itself, you're probably going to kill your opponent outside like a face shield or Pro Hero number 5 in set 6, which doesn't really matter for Nats right now, right? One thing he does lack is just some straight speed, so I did want to play 2 copies of Seasoning Advantage. It allows us to get rid of some annoying board pieces. If anyone's trying to play like Fulfilled My Duties or Damage Reset or anything that can mess with our foundations, we're able to take care of it. So 2 copies is pretty good. We are playing a hard 50 card deck, so we're going to try to draw as many attacks as possible and kill our opponent as quick as possible because, you know, that's the longer the game goes, the worse chance you got of killing your opponent, in my opinion. So we're going to go in difficulty order for the foundations. We got 4 quick to act. We're probably not blocking really well on turn. We're probably not blocking very much the early game. So getting down to our half of our current health, less than half, gives us some speed, really nice. Ignites, it's a 0 diff on fire. Outside of quick to act, they're kind of crappy. Also, if we cycle, we could destroy this to get +1, but we really don't want to because we get +2. So it's just really here for a 0 spam because fire spam is kind of garbage. We got 4 calling for backups because we want to draw as many cards as possible on our turn. Find our bullet punches, our rapid punches, just so we can keep going and keep stringing along. Press conference gives us -1 difficulty. Hey, we tease them with an attack, and then we're like, well, -1 difficulty coupled with our +2 for blowing a foundation up. Actually, it's kind of like +3 to check in a way, which is kind of nice. One of the main problems the deck can run into is a deck that has face shield. So this at least stops the one face shield they may have, just because we don't want them to. The only mid we play is Blue Flame, and if they want to block on an 8 to get rid of that, that's fine. Which most people shouldn't, but because they're going to save it for the bullet punches or the rapid punches, something that it matters, sealing and flipping and all that fun stuff. Some Season Brawler, in case someone tries to breaker us with like an Ice Storm or a Dark Shadow Ruin, or even a Giant Ice Wall. It allows us to draw a card and keep going. Breaker doesn't really hurt Rappa all that much, just because he can, blow up his foundations for a foundation for +2 to check. Lust for Battle. This card is so crazy. We got plays off of Latent Skill, off of I wish we had a way to destroy foundations other than himself, but mostly it's like Lust for it's Latent Skill and Revel. If we somehow discard these, or even with Rappa's ability, we're able to discard them too, and then remove for -1 on their next block, which is really cool. If we do it offensively, or defensively, it's kind of a pseudo breaker, because it can allow them not to fail the combat phase on that. 3 Latent Skill, we want to dig for those 16 attacks, for those 4 bullet punches to kill. Some extra damage with Revel allows us to churn through our deck faster. Also get a little bit of damage, which is not bad. Window shopping is a really neat piece of tech, because you can form flip. If you reveal a bullet punches, it fulfills that if you've played this from another zone other than your hand, so you're able to play like any other attack and then form flip, reveal, and then pitch it to momentum, and then just keep going, which is really cool. So this is a really neat addition to the deck that I've seen iterated on. I think it was in the Gen Con list, and it's been in it in some form of fashion. And we don't like Eraserhead, or like showdowns, or anything that we just don't like actions played defensively against us. So we got 1 copy of Stopping for Breakfast. Yeah, it's a little costly because we have to remove a foundation, and we don't like to remove our foundations because we like to blow them up for +2. And that's pretty much it for the main. Go to side. We're just basically playing a lot of the other cards we have in the deck. We got 1 extra press conference, 1 Kirishima's Assistance. If we are playing against like a Capture Evildoers deck, we can take out the Seasons and a foundation and throw in 3 Capture Evildoers. We have some defense. I know, shocking. With 2 Desperate Struggle. 2 extra Stopping for Breakfast. Our low blocks are pretty bad, so if we do need some low blocks, I guess. And 1 copy of Haymaker. I just threw this in here because I really like the card. I think it's cool. And you know what? If you need to add an extra attack or 2 in, you can always just swap the numbers around and add a couple Haymakers. Because 1, it's a flash, it has Breaker, it messes with your opponent's turn. So it actually works pretty well in the deck. So everyone, that's our Nats Rappa Fire testing deck. If you think you could add anything to it, let us know. Thanks for subscribing via Patreon, and we hope to see you at Nats. Have a good night, everyone.